Okay, and do the porting today for Howell's Makita, and my thoughts on why I'm doing this. This is the original cylinder of the saw. So I'll show you what I've come across. That's where the piston is, top of this, so you can see there's room to they call it rarities, I call it the style ring, because they done doing this first. So I'll drop that down just a bit, I style like that. Now, the weird thing about this saw is it's a bottom fed cylinder. So you see the transfers there, but the piston is that one's not ringing there. The piston itself is a side fed piston, so it's a piston like a still. It's a still MS660. So you got the piston that goes side on like that, the windows. And it's got transfer chambers on the side like that. So that's where, I just wasn't really thinking, but that's what it is. It's a sideways, where they got a sideways fed window piston, but it's a bottom fed transfer. So my thoughts on that is, what I'll do is silo the intake, and I'll change it the way this other saw is up here. That one there's my stud runner. Now that's got a still MS660 MS038 piston there, and I've tuned out the transfers to be side fed and bottom fed at the same time, and it works pretty good. Down a bit on torque because the piston skirt and compression is a bit different, but anyway, not part of the story. I'll put it down, I'll set myself up where I want to go with the ports and stuff. Hang on. That there, I measured it down to be where I want roughly, so that's almost bottom center. Yeah, it's bottom center. So that's the lowest point that piston will be in the bore, but you can see it's not side fed, it's bottom fed, but it can't get air and fuel from here. So I'll chew that part there out, the windows up. This is the standard cylinder there. This is a big ball block here. But it's because the way the sideways ones work while I'm doing this. So I'll put markings on this ball and show you how far I go down and why. Okay, I try and get footage of this. So I'm measuring down from that skirt off the back of the exhaust side, going down there, and you'll see it go halfway through the window, just there. Yes, you see the measuring point there. So that's 2 centimeters, so 20 mils. So not much. What that equates to in inches. But I'm going to cut that part of the piston out, or part of the cylinder out. Yeah, right now. So what that looks like is where your piston goes to the edge of your bore right there. It's not much. But what I'm doing is, you're being side fed by the piston, but it's got nowhere to go to a brick wall. Now, the pulse line of the ball there, I don't want to interfere with the pulse line, because the pulse line has to feed the carby fuel for the fuel pump. But I want to fuel more air and fuel into actual base of the actual cylinder and give the saw more power by giving more case volume. You look at the saw, the big I keep saying the styles, but styles will be 4 times the size of these, huge, and they're a low compression motor, and 70cc, it pulls a 42-inch bar, so they work, and the reason they work, they have case volume, and they're very similar to this, but the way they feed their transfer chambers is bottom fed, but a similar piston to this, no windows, but it's kept, so it's like that there. I'm not sure what they call that piston. Not many saws run that, but I'd rather have a piston with no windows, get more volume and more pressure, case pressure with the piston, and they give more flow to the bottom. But the way things set up with the defects, so it'll be that side there out just a bit, and I'll hack at that quite a bit. So I'll show you what that looks like on the big bore. Now it's 2 centimeters down, so I'm going to eat that part there completely out on that one there, make it nice and arched. And you be careful when you look at the transfers. See the transfers got a bolt just here. That's the way they want the airflow to come in, hit the transfer and go back to the intake side of the cylinder, back and through there. Same as this one here. It's got better look at it. It's got the transfer comes along and throws it back towards across the cylinder. So I don't really want to upset that one at all, because the one towards the exhaust is more of a directional angle that way. This one goes more across the piston. So I want this to actually flow that back towards the back of the cylinder, and it just will work better. But sometimes when you look down your transfer chambers, you'll see like a lumps and bumps. What's that there? Maybe. And they're designed to make things flow the way they do. If you interfere with them too much, you'll cause massive problems. Now, there is lips and bits here after you clean them all up, but I thought I'd show you guys. I worked out the exhaust, it's at 27-28 degrees blow down. The intake's 78 degrees, so I'll just turn that back to 80. But I'm not really doing too much to the intake. I'm just going to polish up the exhaust, make sure there's no crap in that at all. Oh, it's a bit of fluff. But I might probably go wide, I think, on the exhaust. Probably wide, I think, yeah. But I'll clean it up. But I think this is a Nicholson style setup, so I'm curious to see how hard it is. But yeah, I'll clean this up. But yeah, it's just that intake, it needs more air, more fuel. So I'll get onto it. Okay, case volume so far on the transfers. That will give you an idea. I was talking about, hang on. Torches, the road. That's the case volume adjustment. So you can see how I've taken the exhaust side out way more. I haven't touched the intake side that much. So I need to point the edges here. Maybe a bit of a rebate there for the ring to slip over. Because once this goes past there, the ring will never go past these again. So it's it one time only. See, that's what it looks like now. That's what it looked like before. See a big difference. Now I work on the intake, but yeah, I haven't finalised that at all, but that's what it looks like. Downward shot, big hole shot, yeah. The air through real quickly. And that will give me more speed, top end revs, and also more torque. Alright guys, I'll finish it off. Yeah, now this is the intake arm. So you can see I removed a bit on the left hand side. Where's my pointer? Left hand side. That's only half done, so I squared up here. But that line there, I dropped a ring down here. I just, when I said about half the ring on the intake, I straightened up, made sure it's true, but half ring on the intake there. Last ring, half ring. And got a magic marker and marked it off and straightened up. That's what I'm doing. So it'll drop from 78 to about 80, 81. So I'm happy with that. I put one little trench here. My hands and eyes and everything organised. One little trench here. I find it works really good for torque in hard boats in Australia. So see the little trench. I'll do it both sides. It's only, I'm trying to show you guys what it was before and what it's like after. So let me torch a bit of water. Just change torch over along flat. So you see, I haven't changed that much. There's a little bit there, and a little bit this side, so it'll get more intake time. That's your transfers on, what will it be? The other flywheel side. So I've changed that hose. I measured down from the cylinder wall. God, no, it's long enough. These things don't sit flat. So I measured from the edge here down 20 mils and made a line with a ring. So I'm going to mark off that side. That's the way it used to look like. Needle point on the edge. I've got diamond wheel, all these edges here now. I'm going to smooth it out as best I can. Make sure there's no marks. I put a bevel there for the ring to sit down as it goes in the cylinder. Because once the ring's in there, it'll never come up again. The exhaust, I don't know the way exhaust is. Just going to polish it up a bit. A bit of manufacturing marks there, but I'll clean that up so it should be a lot more smoother. Doesn't have to be magic, but I'll spend a bit of time in there and make sure there's no sharp edges. Like the bottom of the cylinder is not as best as the top. I don't really want to touch that because you see the little lip, little hole just there. But I don't want to get any further into that because you might see part underneath the skirt of the piston as it goes top of this. So I'll leave that alone, but I will polish it all up best I can. Not going to go berserk by any means, but I'll clean it up. Now that's the end of this video because just make what I've done there. 2 mils down, one side a bit bigger on the exhaust side, the other side's the intake side. I talked about the pulse light. Not touching the upper transfers at all. I haven't widened the intake at all. It's just gone down a bit and I've opened up ravities, lungs, I call it solid. Put a bit of a trench towards the back. We'll address the issue in here. I'll take the factory edge off and rough it all up. I like the golf ball, but I ain't got time for that. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. Over and out.